Welcome to Friday Value Video, and we are currently in part 6 of a series on gut fiber. Fiber is your friend. We've covered a lot of things, but right now what I want to go over is what is seen scientifically, or the data about how important high fiber is to controlling blood sugar levels. Now, the cool thing is, it doesn't really matter if you've been diagnosed with something or not. It's beneficial either way. So, are you looking for prevention, or are you looking for a healthier maintenance, or potentially even reversal? Yeah, believe it or not, type 2 diabetes can be reversed. I've seen it. So, and it's all, you eat your way into that, you can eat your way out a lot of the times. So, you might want to check that out. But right now, we're talking about fiber and blood sugar levels. So, let's look at the data. Now, because the body's unable to absorb and break down fiber, fiber is something that moves through the body. You don't absorb it. It doesn't cause a spike in the blood sugar the way other carbohydrates can, because the sugar in the food is released slowly as the fiber is broken down. So it's really can help to keep the blood sugar in your target range if you have any type of a diagnosis. There's something called a postprandial glycemic response, which is basically just a lot of fancy words to say what happens to your blood sugar after you eat food. And then what they look at is the magnitude of the blood glucose reduction, or basically how much does the blood sugar level drop depending on the fiber type, the dose, and the intervention length. Now, obviously, you don't want your blood sugar levels to go into the toilet, because now you're going to be passing out and you're going to need to be eating a piece of candy. So the goal is to keep a nice healthy blood sugar level throughout the day with very little spikes, very little ups and downs. That's the goal. And that's what high fiber foods do for you. And even if you've got type 1 diabetes, my goodness, don't you want to make it easier on your body and not need extra insulin because you're not eating a high fiber diet? So I've written it out here for you. A low fat, whole food, plant based way of eating will provide on average 70 grams of fiber. Now, I reminded you what soluble and insoluble are, and obviously there's crossover there. Most plants have some of both, but the soluble is mostly your beans, your oats, nuts, and berries, and then the insoluble is mostly the whole grains. So you want to get both. And yes, that's a lot more fiber than the average standard American diet that only gets about 11 grams a day. And I know this is accurate because I went and checked my own diet a while years ago. I wanted to see, okay, how much fiber am I getting? Because I was hearing all this stuff about fiber. This is a long time ago. And I saw that I got about 78 grams of fiber a day based on my average way of eating. And I eat kind of the same things most of the time because I don't want to have to try to figure out what to eat. I have way too many decisions to make throughout the day in my life. And so I try to make eating simple. And I don't really need my mouth to be an amusement park. I'm very happy eating the same foods. They're foods I enjoy. I don't feel like I'm depriving myself. So that's fine. But if you are someone who does not consume a lot of fiber, it's really important to start slowly, because your digestive tract has to build up its ability to manage and handle all that fiber. So you don't want to overdo it. Okay. Um, and, you know, don't forget, I only put in here the beans and the legumes and the grains, but don't forget the fruits and vegetables. And oh my goodness, I think 6 apples a day will give you about 30 grams of fiber. So don't forget the fruit. You don't need to do 6 apples a day, but just know that you are going to be getting fiber with every plant food that you put in your mouth, and it is all good for you. So you want to get fiber to have lifelong well-being. And next week, we're going to talk about weight loss and fiber, or healthy weight and fiber. We'll see you then.